Wow, can you believe it? We are back with more Star Trek 25th anniversary. And we have a special guest. Who is it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was too busy reading Star Trek V, the novel.
Wow, that's
Uh,
amazing. Written by Kurt Vonnegut?
yeah, it was written by Kurt Vonnegut. It's one of the few Star Trek movie adaptations he wrote. He wrote this one, and of course, he wrote
Insurrection.
the novel. Yeah, the novelization of Insurrection. Uh, Kirk frowned. McCoy put you up to this? Spock appeared unmoved by Jim's indignation. He is concerned, as well as he should be, attempting to scale El Capitan without benefit of safety precautions is somewhat reckless. Spock, what a wet blanket.
Always. But so glad you could be here, everybody. It's me, Jess, Decaf Jedi, with my pal, P.S. Garrick. That's Ben, fellow Trek aficionado. Ben, are you a Trekkie or a Trekker?
I'm a Trekkie. I'm definitely a Trekkie, I would say. Are you
I think
a
a
Trekkie
confident Trek fan is a Trekkie. I think it is I feel Trekker comes from a place of insecurity. I think we embrace our Trekkiness.
I always thought that Trekker was like one of those phrases which was like an older Star Trek fan term. But I don't know if there's actual juice to that.
I say we go with it. I think that is now canon, at least for the purposes of this stream. But glad you could join me tonight for more Star Trek 25th anniversary. And the stars are out tonight. I mean, not only in our background here, but we've got Robin in the chat. Thank you, Robin, for the resub. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. There's Ricky, ready to Spock and roll. There's Paul, not Pat. Summer, glad you can make it tonight. And Hedros, thank you for joining us. Glad you've been checking out the VODs. Glad you could be here live. Hope you're having a great evening. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm excited to jump back into this when we're getting near the end. I was telling Ben before we started tonight, we have 2 episodes left, or at least 2 episodes within the game. I could imagine, depending on how much grabassery goes on tonight, which we don't have a great track record for, if we're being completely honest. We could get through one of those. We could get through both of those. We could get through almost both of those and then stall out at the big space battle that's awaiting us at the end of the game. It's impossible to say what's coming on. But what I know is I can't wait to jump into this. And Ben, may I say, your lighting looks spectacular tonight.
Oh, thank you. The nice light here is just because I have the white screen of Twitch on the screen, and then I have Star Trek, which is just now the launcher.
Yeah, but no, it's doing amazing things for you. This is
Thank you, everybody. It was a beautiful day here in Chicago, so I was, I'm wearing a floral. I'm in a good mood.
There you go. No, it's been a beautiful day here too. I say we jump into this thing though. And Ben, I want to tell you, it's funny. Before we start, there's always 15 or 20 more before we start things. Before we start, This is the thing. Before we start. You were reading a novel earlier. We have a very fun redemption out there tonight. A little game that I hope we get the opportunity to play.
Would you like to play a game?
Which yes. We're going. It's actually.
Whoa!
Okay, you've looked at it. You've seen the game. So yeah, it's going to be a little 2 truths and a lie when we get around to it. It should be fun stuff. But for now, let's get into the game.
I've got one of them right here. So
okay, so I'm afraid that is not.
You better not. Yeah, watch out.
Damn it! That was the answer on all 3 of them. All right, let's see if we can jump into this. Get that title JPEG. Ooh, the haunted JPEG.
Ooh.
Now the tiny little JPEG's up, and now it's the actual game.
The Enterprise embarks on her most fantastic adventure of all. Would you agree with that? Frontier.
I mean, I feel like this is a great game.
Its mission.
Is it the best?
I'm talking about Star Trek 5.
Oh, Star Trek 5, yes. I would agree with that, yeah.
Civilizations. To boldly go where no man has gone before.
kind of like that we have to sit through this part. I hate that we have to click through all the dialogue of the first mission before we can load a game.
All right, now here's an important question for you. Are there shows where you watch, and I'll extend this to the chat. Are there shows that you watch the full opening credits for? Like, you know, now that there's a prevalence of the skip button, are there shows that you'll always watch it for?
Well, you know, I'm thinking about it. And for me, honestly, Star Trek shows in general tend to fall into that category because Demon World, hey living. You know, I feel like a good Star Trek theme almost works like a overture of sorts to really get me like in the proper mood for.
Hedros is pointing out when you count Enterprise as one of these, right?
Well, I was getting ready to say that would be the one that I like Enterprise, but I will say, like, if I'm binging some Enterprise, hearing that song like 4 or 5 times is a little intense.
It gets. What I will say about if you know, if I'm somehow in a situation where I'm watching Enterprise all afternoon or whatever, which has happened.
Oh yeah.
There will hit the point where, like, the 3rd or 4th time that theme comes up, I'm like, you know what? It's not too bad.
The thing is, it is burned so deeply into my psyche. Like, I am more likely to find myself singing the Enterprise theme than like ever humming another like orchestral theme of a different Star Trek series. Like, that song is definitely seared into my mind because I was watching at a time when I didn't have DVR or, you know, wasn't live streaming. So it's like I'm just listening to that every time and had to live through it.
You know what? I will say it has some of my favorite like title designs.
Yes.
Like, I really love like that it tells like this whole story and it's really beautifully made. Like I you know, and that's the challenge of the, you know, that's the paradox of the Enterprise opening is that it's so beautiful until it opens its horrible mouth.
But then, like, would the mirror episode openings have been nearly as good if we hadn't suffered through the regular opening? Like, especially their version of like, here's the evil history unfolding in front of us. Hey, Fit, thank you for the resub. Howdy.
Picard doesn't have an intro, but it has like that extended outro, which is clearly. And
yes.
I like that. Well, first off, because and I'm sorry to just start grabbing asses.
It's okay. It's all right.
The First Contact theme is an unbelievable theme.
Absolutely.
Like it is really just is that Jerry Goldsmith?
I think it is.
It's like a really beautiful piece of music. And like I get what they're trying to do there is like Next Gen uses the motion pictures theme, so why not use First Contact, which had this beautiful lush theme, which honestly always felt kind of out of step with the film itself, which is like this kind of dark action movie.
Yes.
Like this, like, very like grand. It does have the theme of a Star Trek show.
Yeah. It's one of the more hopeful sounding ones, I think, of the bunch too. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you watch the movie and it's not hopeful. Like, I mean, it's hopeful in like its generic Star Trek way, but it's not like, you know, watch it and feel like assured and touched about the promise of humanity.
Which is what I'm looking for. I mean, that is literally why I'm watching a Star Trek, series or movie. Is I want that hope for humanity. And yeah, I don't know if that's there. All right, let's enter this first term. See what happens. What do you think? Or
Proxtrey.
Yeah, apparently this was something that was mentioned by our admiral in the previous episode a week ago that I've just filed away up in the old lockbox until now.
Proxtrey, the 3rd planet in the Alpha Proxima system. This Class M planet is widely habitable except for zones of extreme radioactivity on the southern continent. About 1,000 years ago, The two dominant
hell
political
yeah.
systems, the Lucres and the Scythes,
Lucres and the
engaged in a
Scythes.
nuclear war that resulted in the deaths of 3/4 of the world's population through direct or collateral damage. Proxtrey's current civilization is non-spacefaring and does not have contact with the Federation.
Oh, haters are gonna hate.
We cannot violate the Prime Directive.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah?
Scythe,
You better not go to that planet.
I'm going to go to this planet. Watch me.
orbit in the Alpha Proxima system. Spectral analysis of its composition indicates that it has minimal atmosphere and that it was once a moon of the planet Proxtrey, hurled out of its orbit by a catastrophe. The 17th letter of the Lucre alphabet is named Scythe, probably not by coincidence.
Okay. We're getting some world building here, or world destroying, depending on how you look at it.
One of the two ancient
Oh,
races
Scythes.
of
I'm sorry,
Proxtrey,
Ben.
They lived in a highly advanced culture.
Not
without
Magil
the
Barrett
ability
has a
to
few
have
things to say here.
which put
Well, I was
them in
going to say,
conflict
I
with the
believe
Lucres.
she's in
The
Judgment
Scythes
Race.
used
Oh.
base 4 in the mathematics,
I
and their
dipped my toe
organization
into
was based
Judgment
on
Race
units
a
of
couple
4
days
to
ago.
make up sets of
And it's like,
100.
I think that's lovely Magel.
Uh-oh. So we have base 4. We have base 4 math this go around as our puzzle. So this is going to be good stuff. Let's read about the filthy Lucres.
Lucres, one of the two ancient cultures of Proxtrey. See Scythes. The Lucres believed that a man who made the most of his ability was a god. Their individualism put themselves at odds with the communitarianism of the Scythes. The Lucres used base 3. Their organization was based on units of 3, making up sets of 99.
Oh
The
my
number
god,
99
I love this
was known
so
to have
much.
religious importance to them.
Well, let this
I
be
have
your
to
last
say,
battlefield. Yes.
I love how fucking 60s, like, golden age sci-fi.
Yes.
It's like, you know, like, until the fall of the Berlin Wall, it seemed like every, like, sci-fi novel you picked up was somehow about, like, oh, there's this, you know, communist type alien, like the space ants or whatever, and then these rugged individualists. And that's like every single like series of books up to that point seem to like somehow be about the Cold War.
Oh, absolutely.
So
yeah.
I'm into this. I'm into this.
No, this is. I'm here for it too. This is very much my jam.
Base 3. The mathematical basis for the Lucre culture. There are 3 numbers in base 3.
Okay, can you get those 3 numbers?
1 and 2. Thus 3 in base 3 is 1 0. 4 is 1 1. 5 is 1 2. 6 is 2 0.
So base 3 doesn't
9
even have 3.
Is 1 0 0.
No.
17
No.
is 1 2 2.
Oh, 99.
99 is 1 0 2 0 0.
102. Oh, Fit asked a great question. What about 69? Which nice. First of all, Ben, do you understand the concepts of like base 3 and base 4 mathematics? I'm going to be honest. I do not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I understand it. Like, I comprehend what it means, and I think it explained it okay.
Well, if you're a fan, name all the bases.
0 1 2.
Okay. Yeah, you
So
got me.
those are all
That's
the
it.
Digits in 3.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, no, you got it.
Base 4.
It's the ace of base. Good to see you, Nick.
Scythe's culture. There are 4 numbers in base 4. 0, 1, 2, and 3. Thus 4 in base 4 is 1 0. 7 is 1 3. 8 is 2 0. 12 is 3 0. And 16 is 1 0 0.
If this is 16, what the... Hey, thank you so much for the sub, RJ.
Very good.
Thank you. Is this the nerdiest puzzle of all time? Asked Paul. I mean, I feel like it's not the nerdiest puzzle of all time. So
I mean, the tricorder or whatever puzzle in Space Quest 6 is a big logic puzzle.
yeah, I mean that's
A
true.
total pain in the ass.
Like I could totally
Like-
see Infocom slipping in a puzzle like this.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, this would have been right up their alley, right?
This is, I would say, I would rather they have a weird math puzzle than like another riddle. You know?
Yes.
Like if a game throws a riddle at you and it's just like a street riddle, it's not even like related
Yes.
to anything, like you can't glean the information from the game or something like that. Like it just kind of feels
No, I agree. No, I'm right there with you. But, you know, right now, Ben, we need to pause what we're doing. We've played a little too hard for too long. And our old pal Grayson's here. You know Grayson, right?
Grayson, I only know him because he's the person that redeems us every week.
Okay, yeah. So you know him from this redemption. This is the Art Official Intelligence. This is where we take it.
Really good.
It's a very good
really
prompt.
good prompt.
Yeah. I mean, this is our opportunity to plug this prompt into the Midjourney AI art bot and see what kind of magic it can render. What sort of, you know, art it can art up out of the prompt. Captain Kirk on the bridge of the Enterprise receiving a hail from Richard Nixon. Now, that is former President Richard Nixon. Richard Milhouse Nixon.
Now, now, Jess, for a commendation point with Starfleet.
Okay. Oh, man.
What was Richard Milhouse Nixon's final meal at the White House? This is a fun one to know. Famous photo.
It was secretly recorded tapes.
Yeah, it's like stuffing. It's like audio, like out of his mouth, like spaghetti. Yeah, that was it.
What was it?
Yeah,
Actually,
of course, Grayson knows because I don't shut up. Grayson knows all my secrets, all of them. It was a scoop of cottage cheese with a round of pineapple on top.
oh no, the saddest meal. Do you think he went to a Pizza Hut salad bar to get that? Do you think that was the origins of it, or? Oh my god!
I mean, that's a real like early '70s like health
That's diet food. Yeah, you're dieting if you're eating that. You're signaling, this is me making a healthy choice for my human body. So we've got the results. The results are in, Ben. The results are in, Grayson.
Very excited.
I'm going to say they're mid. They're mid at best. So I'm going to warn you ahead of time.
Grayson misses.
Yeah. Here's what we have. Like, fully none of them are the actual request. I mean, they're all interesting in their own ways.
Bottom right is getting close.
Look at how ripped bottom right Nixon is. Like, he is
just like
a
real
unit.
life.
An absolute unit.
I like this Starfleet uniform on the top right.
Okay.
I think it looks like an evil, like kind of like militarized, like semi-mirror, but not quite. You know, like because it has a band across, which is a little fashy, and like the black band at his screwed up AI hand. But I mean, but also I like it too because it has like a real mid-century modern look.
Yes. The upper left is giving me big, I picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue vibes. Like everything about that screams airplane to me. Like control tower energy up there. But lower left, I don't know what we're supposed to make of that. Grayson, Grayson has another.
He wants a redo.
Yeah. On your stream, when Grayson is co-hosting you, does he just get everything he wants? Have you trained him like this, like positive reinforcement?
It's really hard to. Grayson's like my cat, impossible to train. He's sweet when he's sweet, and the rest of the time he's my cat, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, I get that.
Like a cat lying in sleep.
When he's good, he's good. But when he's bad, he's amazing.
What's that from? Nixon? His final meal?
Okay, so we're going to get a redo on this.
All right.
Because Boy Grayso demands it. And I think, again, I don't know, Grayson. I think that we have thrown it a curveball that even the most advanced computer systems on the Earth cannot comprehend.
You know, well, maybe Grayson's the real Captain Kirk in this.
He has
scenario,
done
you know?
the Kirk thing that Kirk does to computers sometimes. And then we're about to play this game, I feel like. I feel like we're reaching the point rapidly where we may have to play this video game that we've gotten together. So, no backsies.
The great ROM on DS9. No.
To quote the great ROM Space Knight, popular Marvel comic book series. Okay, here's what we got this go around. For Nixon commanding the crew of the Starship Enterprise.
There we go. That one. Is that kind of Kissinger on the bottom left?
Oh God, it is. It's absolutely him. There's no question.
Yeah.
That is the war criminal himself.
Yeah. Mr. President, I think that we should pursue
The Tholians.
we should isolate the Tholians, Mr. President.
That's so good. Okay. Thank you, Grayson. Thank you for redeeming those. We'll put them in the Discord after this. If you're just joining us, we're playing a video game. We're playing this video game, and we have now reached the point in the video game where I am expected to put in the next command. And like most of this video game, I am just looking at my walkthrough out of fear that I will screw this up. It looks like we are here. We're going to orbit a planet. You know how the Enterprise likes to orbit planets. They're constantly orbiting planets.
Sabotage.
Sabotage.
Standard orbit.
One other thing about Judgment Rights I noticed is that the sound effects are not bludgeoning you at all
A
times.
sensor
Yes.
scan inside reveals surface features consistent with damage left by a nuclear attack. It would seem to have been a target
Oh, I
during
love this
Proxima's
shit.
war.
I love
Scythe
this.
rained
Yeah.
down on the planet and then left on a dance of victory. A missile-based captain.
It would seem to make sense.
Captain,
Very good.
I just monitored a narrow beam message from Scythe to Proxima 3. I don't have it all. I just caught a bit of the initial burst. I'm attempting a translation, but it appears to be a computer code.
Any response from the planet?
The Proxtrites will not have the equipment necessary to understand and reply to that code for another 25.6 years at their present rate of development.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody
Sulu
uses
and
decimals
Uhura-
to describe time, Spock. Thank you.
Sulu and Uhura are... Those were two just spectacular line reads.
I mean, that's the
And,
thing. The non-main cast
Scott,
is like bringing
You
it.
have the con.
It's really, I would just say, Shatner and DeForest. And DeForest is pretty old. Like, at this
Mr.
point.
Scott,
Aye, we've had some slight problems.
Thank you for that sticker, by the way,
we
Metalli.
didn't notice anything beaming down.
Just a glitch in the main transporter program. Mr. Kyle is loading a backup and we're performing tests. The transporters will be down for about an hour.
That will still give us plenty of time, Scotty.
I know. I have the lads in engineering doing a complete overhaul of the ship's systems.
Good, Mr. Scott. I'll keep you posted. Kirk out.
James Doohan, also, like, yeah, they're all, yeah, as you said.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'm getting all of them were in for like an afternoon of recording. And the big three were there for days and
As
days.
expected, Captain, the source of power emanations lies beyond that door.
A power source that has lasted millennia and endured major catastrophes. That's fascinating, Mr. Spock.
All right,
have
Ensign
Vulcan
Vector, calm
blood,
down.
Ensign.
No, sir.
Calm down. He's just very excited to be in the game. Another
Ensign
guy,
Mosher.
The rocks have a high quantity of triphosphorus silver in them. The rocks have a high quantity of triphosphorus.
You hear the big news about the rocks?
The rocks have a high...
The rock says...
I cannot get readings from this range, Captain. But if we do not hurry, there will be nothing left to get a reading on.
I just tried to tricorder the sky and it didn't work.
Unremarkable except for low-grade power emanations from the door area.
Okay, so this seems to be the situation.
Are you a Vulcan or just a nerd? Very good. RJ Helms.
Okay, so let's see here. Use McCoy's tricorder on Kirk. Why would you know to do that?
Well, because is he the one that's kind of phasing
It's
in
what
and
I'm
out?
afraid of, Jim. The thin atmosphere of this moon doesn't provide enough protection from cosmic rays. We shouldn't stay here any more than a few hours.
Cosmic rays. It's my favorite barbecue joint.
Have you had their actually like their extra hot their Nashville hot chicken sandwich? Pathetic. It's like mild.
Yeah, it's a
Nashville
Chattanooga hot at best. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I wouldn't even call it Chattanooga hot. I would call it Branson hot. I'm very proud of myself because I started that sentence without the punchline.
No, it was very good. It was like you improv'd it at the end. Just
Like, I'm like, what's the corniest southern city I can think of?
It was. I mean, Branson's the correct answer. I mean, you're not wrong. It's great. Go visit Silver Dollar City while you're there. Let's see here. We get a rock and we're gonna head for the door.
Shut up, Grayson.
Is Grayson causing trouble in the chat?
Yeah, you know what? As a mod, I'm gonna first demod him, and then I'm gonna ban him.
Ban him. The way to do it. I mean, he has untold power as a mod is the problem.
Captain, I'm afraid we got a wee problem here.
What is
the
it?
door?
There is some sort of virus in the main computer. Our phasers and tractor beams have been disabled, and there's no way we're getting them back in 3 hours.
There goes our backup plan. Do what you can, Mr. Scott.
Aye, I will, Captain. I may yet have a trick or two that I can pull, but don't count on any miracles.
Isolate that virus. That's your number
These
one
guys
priority.
are
That it is,
fidgeting.
Captain.
Yes.
Be informed. Scott out.
They may be hepped up on the space coat tonight.
Well, that's how they maintain such tight physiques, is just constant movement.
You fail to obtain any...
Wait, how do I pick up Spock again? I forgot how to... Oh, wait, I use Spock. I don't pick him up. It's not that kind of game.
Thank you, Fit.
Ooh. Okay, so... Did we get good clues here as to... I mean, wait a second. Let's look at this door.
That did not seem to work, Captain.
Oh.
Perhaps we should try a number that had some...
This heavy-duty door has taken numerous micrometeorite strikes, but still appears solid.
Heavy-duty door. Heavy-duty door. Heavy-duty door.
Heavy Duty Door was one of my favorite, like, 80s comics.
Heavy-duty door was my favorite way for the 1950s television puppet to enter a room.
There you go.
No. Like you, I didn't know the punchline to that when I started saying it. I did not stick the landing.
You're just building the bridge as you're, you know, crossing it.
That worked. I see you deduced that 10200 in the Lucre's Base 3 was equal to their sacred number 99.
Mm-hmm. I did deduce that all on my own. Hey, Ben, do you want to see a Star Trek impression?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Can you see me?
Yeah, but add a delay.
Add a delay. Well, don't worry. I'll fix that in just a moment. These are the memory sticks that I took out of my computer this week that began to fail before I replaced them.
Yeah.
Here is my impression of Lieutenant Commander Data replacing the isolinear chips in the episode Naked Now. Here it goes.
Yep. Yay! Yeah.
Thank you, Ben. Okay.
He was sure giving Chief Engineer Shimoda a real run for his money that day.
Yes. Who is putting on one of my least favorite performances in all Star Trek, honestly.
A security lock, Captain.
Not a big fan of him in that episode. It feels... I don't know. I guess everybody's playing Space Drunk a little weird.
About as badly as a killed in a blast furnace, Captain. Wait a minute. Lieutenant Uhura has some news for you.
It's his classic catchphrase.
Sensor sweep of the moon's computers. We believe we have analyzed the memory sectors it attacked.
Well done, Uhura.
I wish I could take credit for it. It was Mr. Kyle who found the pattern. We are attacking it with antivirus programs.
Drop a train on him,
Sounds
Edgar.
more like medicine every day.
If we had a doctor as good with computers as you are with patients, we'd be having a lot fewer problems.
Finally, someone who appreciates me.
Keep working at it, Uhura. Kirk out.
All right.
Remember when Dan Rather said that kilt line, election 2000?
Yes, I'll never forget.
Yeah. It's
Science track.
wilder than a kilt in a blast furnace. I just got more numbers from Florida.
It uses the Lucre alphabet. I think I can decipher it. This door is similar to the one on the outside of the secure lock, except that it has not weathered over the years. Electrical panels indicate the keypad on the right controls the door.
Do you think that, like, so Paul brings up her answer to phishing hail again. Do you think that Starfleet, like, sends out, like, once or twice a month, like a phony hail with, you know, like a couple, you know, kind of things that you're supposed to report as spam?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Like, or as a suspicious email?
That sounds like classic Admiral nonsense. So part of me thinks, yeah, absolutely.
The door has some strange writing on it.
Wow. Very, writing-ist.
This door is...
So I can't look at the writing, I just have to know there's weird writing on it?
Some strange writing.
That's really useful.
Strange writing. Strange.
I think Spock would have a better...
Oh yeah, sorry. I can't tell you apart. You're both just buff dudes in blue.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could just, like, use Spock on something and he'd just automatically solve it? Because he's Spock.
I mean, yeah, it's
like, you don't have to do it. It's just like, it's Spock. Of course he's got it.
I'll just Spock this right up. Yeah, no, that would be way handier. All right.
All of my commendation points are
If
for
the Federation language studies were correct, the ideograph
That's great, Libby.
the word sign in the Lucre's language is the 17th symbol in their alphabet that corresponds with 122 in base 3.
He's explaining the puzzles after you've already solved them.
This is a really good point. Like,
Save.
That's a great point, Captain. What you did was exactly what you did to solve this puzzle.
Yeah.
Unless the game is honestly just assuming that you're just putting in a bunch of numbers until the door opens.
no, I mean, that's my impression. It's just like, or maybe it's just like, there'll be walkthroughs available someday. Someday the internet will exist. There'll be a way to get through this.
Join us for the post-puzzle podcast roundtable with Spock and the cast.
RJ, I like your theory for they had to sell Shatner on. It's like, we'll make your character model very buff. We will give you a very defined abdominal region.
I mean, it defined everything.
Oh, yeah. Gluteal muscles?
We have a cure.
I mean, he's got, like, they all have massive calves.
Oh, yeah.
To exclusively attack the Lucre virus. They annihilated each other, Captain.
Fascinating, Lieutenant.
The Klingons aren't going to be happy to learn that they helped us. How about the phasers and tractor beams?
We may get the tractor beams online in time, Captain. I'm afraid even the backup phaser transmission codes were affected. We could destroy some
cannot
missiles
skip
manually,
craft
but if this complex decides to launch more than 10 missiles at a time...
Understood. The ball is in our court. We'll give it our best shot. Kirk out.
No, I mean, I think it's highly illogical to skip leg day. So, clearly, Spock is going to do it. And if Spock's going to do it, I mean, everybody else wants to be there, too. Uh-oh, Ben.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready?
I remember.
Okay, I'm going to take that one out of the pool. So this is exciting. This game, forget about it. We've got about 20 minutes of important stuff. No, I think we can buzz through this because you're going to get these right so quickly. Here's 2 treks in the line. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to read 3 back cover blurbs from Star Trek novels based on the original series. 2 of these are actual novels. One of them is a fake generated by the ChatGPT AI bot. I have it do most of my heavy lifting these days. So let's do round 1. So 2 of these are real. One of them's fake. You have to guess which one is the fake. Are you ready?
I am ready, Jess.
Okay. Number 1, the entropy effect. The Enterprise is summoned to transport a dangerous criminal from Starbase prison to a rehabilitation center. Brilliant scientist Dr. Georges Muldrow, accused of promising to send people back in time, then killing them instead. But when Muldrow escapes, bursts onto the bridge and kills Captain Kirk, Spock must journey back in time to avert disaster before it occurs. That's the entropy effect. Option 1. Number 2. The Vulcan conspiracy. When a seemingly routine mission turns deadly, Captain Kirk and the Enterprise crew found themselves embroiled in a dangerous game of intrigue and espionage. With the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance, they must race against time to unravel a conspiracy that reaches all the way to the highest levels of Vulcan government. But as they get closer to the truth, they realize that the stakes are higher than they ever imagined.
Did Alex Kurtzman write that one?
Possibly. I mean, I can't spoil it. Okay, number 3. Okay. The Prometheus design. Captain Kirk and his crew are on a mission to investigate the mysterious wave of violence that has overtaken an alien planet. Revolutions, mass riots, horrible tortures. The chaos is all part of an experiment by an unimaginable power that soon grips even the crew of the USS Enterprise. Kirk is plagued with violent hallucinations and removed from command. Spock takes charge, but his orders seem irrational, even cruel. Unless this terrible power can be stopped, not only the Starship Enterprise, but an entire galaxy will be ensnared in the deadly grasp of the Prometheus design. So option 1, entropy effect. Option 2, Vulcan conspiracy. Option 3, Prometheus design. Which is the fake novel?
All right. I'm gonna say number 1, entropy. That one felt fake. The other 2 feel pretty real.
Okay, accused of sending people back in time, then killing them instead. Captain Kirk gets killed on the bridge, and Spock has to go back in time to avert disaster. The entropy effect is, in fact, a real Star Trek novel. I'm afraid. It was...
This one was the fake one!
The Vulcan conspiracy. That one was generated by AI.
Well, yeah, it was generated by the fucking AI that's been writing Star Trek scripts for the past 5 years.
Take that. That's a hot take. Well, there you go. That was 2 treks in the line. That'll come back up in like 15 minutes. I've got at least 2 more rounds of this ready to go. So Ben, good try.
That was great. That was great. There's a podcast that I listen to that's really good. I think it's like 200 something pages. We'll never get back. It's Mike Nelson from Mystery Science Theater and Connor Listoka, and they read bad books and make fun of them. And one of the features on the podcast is fan fiction or real.
Ooh.
And they have people like Patreons write fan fiction, like snippets of like future bits from the book.
Ooh.
And also grab a couple lines from future bits of the book, and Mike has to guess which ones are real and which ones are written by the patrons. And it is impossible.
That's great. That's very good. I was tempted to go back and tweak some of these AI outputs, but I decided to play fair with them because most of them, honestly, are so much more plausible than actual Star Trek novels. But
what is the name of the Vulcan conspiracy?
Vulcan conspiracy.
Yeah, like, yeah. No, I mean,
what's great is it gets the tone of what a back cover blurb should be. Like with it all builds to like some sort of what's going to happen next. Buy the book and find out sort of vibe.
I think I should, and maybe this will be important for future rounds. Like, that first one was so insane. Like, just completely bonkers. That it's like, well, like, the AI that came up with Richard Milhouse Nixon sitting on the Enterprise came up with that. But now that I think about it, that Vulcan one is like so nicely innocuous.
Yes.
So maybe I need to be looking specifically in the foliage for camouflage.
No, I think that's the thing. Yeah, you need. I think that's a good strategy for next time, unless I realized that flaw the first time and changed my prompt to try to address it. So, who knows? You could be even deeper in the weeds than you thought.
This door is made from remarkably dense alloys. Even our most powerful phaser rifle or welder would not be able to penetrate it.
Nice door.
The thing must be almost as tough as a starship hull.
Indeed, Ensign. And considerably
Spock loves this guy.
Remarkable achievement.
All these ensigns, as I said, seem like people that won like a CGW contest.
Absolutely.
Nice closet.
You can't be on the nice closet. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Why are my stickers coming up behind stuff? What's happening here? Why is everything broken, Ben?
Oh, that's a little treat I put in.
Oh, man. Well, there you go. Now we get to see Grace. Thank you, Robin. Okay, so what do we need to do now? We've scanned that door. We need to the right wall itself. It says you should scan the right wall itself.
Circuits and atmosphere pumps are hidden in the walls.
Oh, Metalli. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the new emote too. Thank you.
And atmosphere. Nothing to report. Nothing to report, Captain.
Nothing to report.
This panel has a slot in it rather than a keypad. The slot bears traces of triphosphorus silver, and power is currently running to it. I am recording the pattern of this lock into my tricorder.
Oh wow, Ben, check out this chat. Panic Bells 99 says, "What's up? This year I started a journey to watch all Star Trek content ever made. Almost done." That is
so like 2023. Like, have you really like burnt through like TOS to Picard?
Or are we talking like a 12-month period that's not contiguous with the calendar? First of all, absolutely
and
nice.
Welcome,
and that sounds amazing. I guess you're the perfect person to ask. What's the best Trek? You should have it fresh in your mind. You could probably definitively say what episode, series, movie, whatever. What is the very best of the Star Trek? Voyager. There you have it.
This is immediately just coming for me.
No, Ben, have you watched all Trek content within the last 12 months?
I haven't watched all of Trek content in
the Lucas did not leave behind many examples of their archive.
So you kind of have like a layperson's opinion on this.
Captain, with the 3K AG content of the surface rocks and the tricorder scan of the pattern inside the lock, I believe the laser drill can be used to fashion the ID card needed to open the sealed door in the other chamber.
So it's Space Quest 5. Only, I guess this came first. Weird. So we're going to make an ID card. Janeway all the way. There you had it. All right, let's see here.
I like Janeway. I love Janeway on Prodigy.
Use Spock's tricorder on the laser. Now, you remember Dr. Evil?
That guy. Familiar.
Oh, you haven't?
Familiar.
Have you heard of Austin Powers?
I'm familiar with the capital of Texas, of course. And,
No.
Power, the thing that makes our modern lives possible.
Are you familiar with Foxy Cleopatra?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay, you remember the British guy who was like there in the scenes with Foxy Cleopatra and
oh,
Goldmember?
yeah.
That's Austin Powers. You remember his arch nemesis, the bald guy?
Kind of. I mean, I'm just a big fan of Beyonce Knowles' film career.
Absolutely. No, you remember Frau Farbissa?
Oh yeah, of course.
You remember her boss?
Too.
Yeah, her boss.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Okay. Do you remember Will Ferrell's problematic character Mustafa?
I mean, that movie came out in 1997. There's no way, right?
The drill is unremarkable, except its aiming component is corroded and frozen in place.
Oh man, we've got corroded thing. Okay.
I used the key card pattern
I've
scanned
been dealing
from the
with
lock
that for
to
the last
program
3
the drill.
years. More of this.
It should now be able
stuff.
to make a template of the key card in the rock.
Lost in Powers, the sequel to Lost in Space. I like that. Oh man. Okay, so we have the full rundown from Panic Bells.
Oh, so you haven't been watching it. So you didn't like TOS and then on. It was. Is that the order? Like you started with Voyager, or?
Well, chronologically, Voyager's set first. A lot of fans don't realize this.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, Caretaker is actually takes place before Zephyr Cochrane even creates the warp drive. I forgot about that. Yeah, because the Caretaker then shoots them too. That's right.
Wow, that is remarkable, though. The original Star Trek and all the original movies. I mean, out of those original movies, you got some real bangers.
Yeah, like
Star Trek 5, the prequel to Star Trek 5, Star Trek 4, and the sequel to Star Trek 5, Star Trek Generations. I don't know why.
I think
that's not even really a joke.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was said with the cadence of a joke, so I laughed like a dog drools when the bell rings.
Grayson's absolutely right. The motion picture is the best Star Trek movie. Believe it, nerds. Ben, you famously hate this wonderful movie.
I'm giving it another chance because they have the director's cut now up on streaming, and I did watch a bit of that, and I was actually very much enjoying myself. So
there it is. That's all it takes.
Yeah, gonna have to I think it's like maybe the same length, maybe 2 minutes shorter. I forget.
They probably did one fewer laps around the Enterprise.
Yeah, they cut out one shot of Shatner looking like.
Yeah. Wow, that's my ship.
Odd.
Laser setting 1.
All right. The motion picture, I'm not a huge fan of, but I mean, I respect I respect Trek that is unabashedly weird or nerdy, and the motion picture is both weird and extremely nerdy.
Yes.
It's a bizarre movie, in a lot of ways. So I respect it for that. It's just that when I watched it, I was just remarkably bored. But you know what? I also, I also really enjoyed. There are a lot of really boring movies I enjoy. So
when I was a younger internet boy back in the day, I used to spend a lot of time on TrekBBS.com.
I remember Trek BBS.
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
And I'm sure you can actually still find a lot of my posts there. I had at one point 1,000 posts talking Trek over there.
So you didn't post that much, is what you're saying.
That's what you call a newbie. Over on Trek BBS states. Yeah. But there was a guy there, a poster named The God Thing, which was one of the working titles for the script that eventually became Star Trek: The Motion Picture. And he was a relentless acolyte of the motion picture. Like, everything was just like, this is the peak of all Star Trek. Anything that comes after it is not canon. It's garbage.
That's the best thing on the internet. Is someone deeply dug in on one of the most crackpot opinions.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
yeah,
you could be like, you should watch like The Inner Light. It's a beautiful episode. Like, Picard, he's born, he lives, he dies, he goes through an entire lifetime in just one episode.
Garbage.
He'll cry at the end. He'll be like, it's not like V'ger.
It
doesn't have a bang. Yeah.
He wants to hear a dumb flute sound when you can hear that sound.
Yeah, exactly. Who needs a flute when you have whatever that thing's called?
But no, but I mean, not only was he like dead set on this, but in addition to that, he was like incredibly knowledgeable about it. Imagine that Trekkie, who has a strong opinion and a lot of trivia at hand. But like, it'd be like, Ensign hands another character a pad in the background of a crucial scene. He's like, "Are you curious what that Ensign had for lunch that day?" And like has like an interview with Robert Wise that you can point to and be like, "There you have it." And he was like the person with the most posts on the board.
Grayson just roasted you.
Grayson, first of all, shut up.
Grayson just cooked you. You're done.
I know. Well, I want to roll around to is this guy converted me. Like, I went into it and I was like, this is the dumbest opinion I've ever heard. Wrath of Khan's the best Star Trek movie. Hands down. Followed by probably Undiscovered Country in my mind. I'm not a huge 4 fan. I get why most people are. I put 4 below 5. Take that.
I'll say I used to agree with you until I saw it in a theater. I saw 4 that's Undiscovered Country. What's that?
Or Voyage Home.
Voyage Home, yeah. I saw Voyage Home in a theater. I saw it at the Historic Music Box Theater here in Chicago on film. And up to that point, I was always like, this is overrated. I appreciate that it's kind of weird and kind of funny, but it just does not work for me. And then when I saw it on a big screen with other people there, it all clicked into place.
The whales are full size, which helps.
Yeah, you get the full scale of the whale. You get the whale scale.
Yeah, on a 20-inch screen, those whales are like 9 or 10 inches tops. That's not a whale. That's like a guppy. You'd throw that back if you caught it.
Yeah, well, Jess, there is one bit of Star Trek 4 continuity that has just been bothering me all these years. Whatever happened to the punk on the bus? Do we ever get that storyline closed?
That punk? Great to be Ted Cruz.
No, I'm making a joke because they resolved that and he shows up in Picard season 2.
Oh, did he? Did I forget that? Did I not realize it was a reference?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, thank goodness that we finally got closure on that. Wow. I had no idea. It's like I
had Avery Brooks back, but did we get the punk on the bus? Yes.
It's like I was looking at my phone through a lot of Picard season 2 instead of watching the show. Okay, I've missed that important detail. All right. Laser Saying 100. That's the best laser saying there is.
That's a really, what is that, 30?
Oh, man. Did you hear that very good sound effect?
Well, it sounds like you got to take it up to 100 again.
Uh-oh. But the whole point of talking about this forum poster who's been living rent-free in my head all this time, Grayson, is that he 100% converted me. I was just like, well, this guy has overwhelming evidence that the motion picture is the best movie of all time. I just have to watch it until I believe him. And it worked. I brainwashed myself into believing that. So, good job, the God thing. Your presence still felt.
I mean, but also Paul, not Pat. Like Picard's mom shows up in the first season of TNG. So how does any of Picard season 2 make sense?
Oh, I mean,
and as Fit pointed out in Discord, they revealed in TOS that there was an injection to solve mental illness. So it's like, what's going on here?
I'm starting to think sometimes they just didn't plot all of this out at the beginning. I think a lot of it, they've just been making up year to year as they've gone.
No, Gene came up with a 75-year plan that included everything: Lower Decks, Prodigy.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it
Strange
amazing?
New Worlds, the time jump in disco, all of it.
I mean, think of how progressive Gene Roddenberry was, though, in 1960 whatever. You know, creating the first African American captain in Benjamin Sisko. I mean, ahead of his time. All the other when you think about what he's done on, I mean, Lower Decks alone, just the foresight it would take to imagine an animated streaming series when he was crafting this entire universe. And Grayson, you need to lay off, man. You're starting to bully me.
When Trek hits year 75, year 76 will be the first post-Rod year.
Yes.
And the irony of that is that Rod Roddenberry will still be involved. What a cruel thing to do to your child, Rod Roddenberry. All right, sorry, I'm done.
I would like to imagine he is actually Rod Roddy from the Princess Right. Like I've just collapsed them into the same person. I mean, this is the problem, Robin. How do we report Turtle tomorrow? You would literally report him to the mods, which is Turtle Tomorrow. He has unchecked power. Yeah. Rowdy Roddy Roddenberry. Uh-oh, here we go. Let's see here. Oh, that's interesting. This reference to the 12 Monkeys show? I would have never picked that up.
It's the same showrunner. Terry Mattis ran the sci-fi 12 Monkeys show.
I had no idea.
So yeah, like Colt, or Shaw is from there's he brought over a couple people from it. I haven't watched it, but I know that he's putting nods and winks. Ira Stephen Bear never did that. He didn't put references to the Fame TV show that he worked on.
Why not? Coward.
Because he was a child. Yeah, he was a coward, unlike Terry Mattis.
Okay, so
I think Voyager too.
We've made a little mold. Now we're going to zap it up real good. Okay, what setting do I want? 1. This time we want a gentle beam.
Now, I just want to note that 1 in both base 3 and 4 is 1.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, there you have it. The more you know. Uh-oh. Here we have a good question. While critiquing the mods, NBA DAG was auto-modded. Yeah, criticizing Grayson is the number one thing that we have modded out. So yeah, you just can't do that sort of stuff. All right, so we've started building ourselves a little key card thingy. Oh yeah, and the 2 tracks in the lie looks like it's back on my end. Kevin, you asked why it wasn't ready yet. It's showing as ready here. I don't know about for y'all. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Uh-oh. Grayson's redeemed 2 tracks in the lie. I feel like we have been going at maybe too fast of a clip here. Do you feel, I mean, is the game...
TOS is known for its, kind of slower pace. And,
yes.
I feel like I'm in, J.J. Abrams' track,
yeah.
Everything's just going, bang, 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 bang! And, it's what is this, Chris Pine or William Shatner?
Great question. It's a question not enough people are asking. And I think it's time to slow it down. First of all, we're going to get a fresh start. We're going to erase that goose egg you scored in the first round, Ben. We're going to degauss the stream with a really chunky sound tonight. That's not a good sign. Okay, so are you ready for 2 Treks and a Lie?
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do it.
So, again, if you're just joining us, in this game, we're going to read Ben 3 potential Star Trek novel synopses. Ben's going to guess the fake one. 2 of these are real, 1 of these is fake. Option 1, the web of the Romulans. Ravaged by a killer virus, the Romulans enter the Kanara system, where the only antidote can be found. Desperate, they incite a victorious USS Enterprise attack on one of their vessels, but Kirk discovers their ruse. Meanwhile, the central computer has fallen in love with Kirk, severely crippling the Starship Enterprise. I'm sorry. Somehow Kirk must overcome the lovesick computer and bring the antidote to the Romulans before the galaxy crashes over the brink of war. That's the web of the Romulans.
Okay.
Number 2, mutiny on the Enterprise.
All right.
The U.S. Enterprise is disabled in orbit around a dangerous, living, breathing planet, and a desperate peace mission to the Orion Arm is stalled. Captain Kirk has never needed his crew more. But a lithe alien woman, is that how you pronounce that? L-I-T-H-E? Lithe? Lithe?
Lithe. Yeah, you got it.
Lithe. Alien woman.
Lithe of heaven.
Yes, is casting a spell of pacifism and now mutiny over the crew. Suddenly, Kirk's journey for peace is turned into a terrifying war to retake command of his own ship. That's mutiny on the Enterprise. And finally, option 3, the Minotaur's Labyrinth. When the Enterprise becomes trapped in a deadly maze on a distant planet, when the Enterprise crew becomes trapped in a deadly maze on a distant planet, Kirk and his team must use all their wits to just fly up. It's not hard. Kirk and his team must use all their wits to survive. But as they delve deeper into the labyrinth, they discover they are not alone, and their fate may be intertwined with that of a mythical creature from Earth's past. Can they overcome the Minotaur and find a way home? That's the Minotaur's Labyrinth. So we have Web of the Romulans, with a lovesick computer and a Romulan virus, mutiny on the Enterprise, an alien woman who casts a spell of pacifism and mutiny, or the Minotaur's Labyrinth, which is exactly what it says on the tin.
So I'm looking. This is very tough. I'm seeing a couple 3s.
Okay.
But here's what I'm gonna say, because I'm leaning 1, and I'll explain why. Which is that,
please.
If I'm trying to see, like, because these are all probable. They're all completely bananas to me. So the reason why I think it might be 1 is because it just feels like a mishmash of various TOS things.
Okay.
Like it's the something web. There's a supercomputer that that has like a personality. There's like this, like it feels like you're like we played like Trek Mad Libs.
Yes.
With that, but all right. So Panic Bills is on my side. We've got a couple. We got Fit and Robin saying 3.
Welcome in, by the way, Frank. Good to see you, Frank Voight-Comp.
Yeah. I'm gonna stand with Panic Bells 99, who is working through watching all of Star Trek. We stand together on this.
Okay.
Am I correct?
So your pick is Web of Romulans.
Web. Yeah, the Web of Romulans.
I'm sorry, Ben. You were incorrect.
Was it 3?
It's 3. It's the Minotaur's Labyrinth that's fake.
I should have. Once again, I outthought myself. Everybody was right. Because I'm thinking too hard.
Let me read this again.
I've got the visor down, just like at the end of Star Trek: The Motion Picture. I've got the visor down, and I'm trying to use it to shoot V'ger. And I need to listen to my impulse. That's why they call it impulse power, impulse engines.
He's going to listen to his heart. It's going to tell him what to do. let me read this again because the language in this is bananas. Like, this sounds like a mishmash of computer-generated text. Oh my goodness, what just happened? Oh, thank you for the follow, Frank. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Now listen to this just one more time. Ravaged by a killer virus, the Romulans enter the Kanara system where the only antidote can be found. Now listen to this next sentence. Desperate, they incite a victorious USS Enterprise attack on one of their vessels. But Kirk discovers their ruse. Incite a victorious USS Enterprise attack on one of their vessels. That is crazy language. And then it just goes, meanwhile, the central computer has fallen in love with Kirk.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I feel like I'm pretty justified to be, like, to say, like, this one smells funny.
Oh, no. Kevin is on to me. I did cheat. In the Minotaur's web, I did add the word Enterprise crew to cheat you a little bit because the Enterprise being trapped in a maze, I realized sounded not great. So I did cheat you, Ben. I'm sorry. So that we'll put an asterisk beside that. Well, I wouldn't say you get a point. First of all, everything's made up. The points don't matter. You know that's the number one rule of my channel. But we'll give you half a point because I didn't play fair. Ben is currently staying at half a point. I have full score right now. I've gotten both of them right.
This is a no-win. This is a no-win scenario.
Man, I feel like the classic calamari sabu.
Mm-hmm. The calamari sabu. All right. Well, I feel that we've successfully taken the pace back to TOS.
Okay, good. Then let's see what we're supposed to do. I think we're going to use this pass card we created. Welcome in, everybody, by the way. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. So glad you could be here. We're just having some fun, doing our thing. Just chooses Apple and grins. Thank you again, Fit, for the bits. Yeah, I really love the Kirk chewing his apple after thwarting the Kobayashi Maru bit. It's I'm a big Chris Pine Kirk fan. Ben,
I have a rant. I just want, like, I don't want to derail any further, but I'm just so tired of Kobayashi Maru shit in the show. There's just, like, too much of it. Unga Pachka. Like, sorry. Like, it's like we did a riff on it on Discovery, in the JJ Trek, on Prodigy. What else? Like, it feels like it's just come up constantly.
Ben, now, what if I wrote a spec script where someone comes in and starts to ask questions like, you know, well, how is the Kobayashi Maru aligned to Starfleet's learning objectives? And how can we assess this outcome? Where did you introduce it, practice it, reinforce it, and now assess it? What kind of artifact do you have that we can put in their portfolios? What if I came into it with like a scholarship of teaching approach where the whole idea is I am someone in the assessment office at Starfleet Academy who's decided the Kobayashi Maru is not an effective assessment of student learning? Would you watch that 4-hour movie?
Yeah, of course. Like, it ends up being that everyone just gets, like, normal standardized tests. And, like, what it is like, it goes through the whole, like, a very long, drawn-out process that involves, like, a couple public meetings. A couple cranks show up to just, like, stand up on a podium and, like, filibuster for a while.
I love it.
Things completely irrelevant. Like, they're just, like, my neighbor is a Maquis. I know it. I have pictures. And everyone's like, please, sir, this has nothing. And you said this. We're not even a government office. And it's like, I've got pictures. The Maquis were wiped out. Like, it's like, no, I know. They're planning. He's up to something.
Wolf 359 was an inside job.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love it. Okay, Ben, you say this. You say that you're sick of the Kobayashi Maru, and which sounds to me an awful lot like saying I'm not a real Star Trek fan, but we'll set that aside for a minute. Would you be cool with an episode of Discovery titled the Kobayashi Saru. And it's about Saru. Yeah. He's a character on Discovery. And like it sounds and is spelled quite a bit like Maru.
Played by Senator Doug Jones.
Yes, that's the man. Noted skinny man.
But
thank you,
I
Ben.
mean, only if we get the episode. Thank you. Thank you.
There you go.
Paul?
This appears to be the brain of Scythe. There are two identical but
Robot
isolated
brain,
computers
yes.
that communicate with a third, which controls the launch of missiles.
Okay, so what are we doing? We're in this room. There's a bunch of stuff. Use box tricorder on the middle computer, the right, and then the left. I like that
Does
the
it have
order.
to be that order? Like,
What the walkthrough says. Use the lathe.
It directly controls the missile launch system. There is no way to interface with it directly, but the other two computers are accessible.
Okay, I don't want to mess this up. The right and then the left. Is it my right? Is it stage right? Or is it...
It's base 3 right.
Oh no! Turn it topwise.
Put it in
Is
R.
functional, performing an average 1.2 million operations per second.
Wow, it must have a full gigabyte of RAM.
Now, you know, Ben, I am running off full 64 gigs of RAM now. And I have to say...
HP approved?
That's right. I have to say, N64 games have never looked better on my system. I mean, it is pushing polygons like you. I finally have enough to, like, play N64 games in native resolution. And it's just beautiful. Yes, Grayson, 64 gigabugs of RAM. I've got so much RAM, I'm just like, I don't need that RAM. This RAM, don't need that either. You got RAM coming out of my ears. I'm now out of RAM, though. I don't have any more to do bits with. So, I'm sorry, bytes or mega. All right.
Yeah, I think that's a good bit. You gotta hold on to this bad sticks of RAM to do bits on.
I mean, I've gotten 2 bits out of it now.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe next time? Because I'm just going to keep them here and probably like try to monetize them some way. What if I took like a literal byte of one?
I was going to say that's coming up. Like, oh, I've got my RAM chips.
Yes. Oh, like maybe dip them in some salsa.
Yeah, like, you know, or like a French onion dip.
Oh, very classy. What if I bid it like I'm a Dickensian waif who's trying to determine if it is indeed a real RAM stick?
That would be good. I just had a cursed thought that is just completely removed from all of this, if you forgive me from taking us off topic. Do you think in 2003 there was someone that insisted on calling it Freedom Dip?
Freedom Onion Dip?
Yeah, Freedom Onion. Sorry, yeah, Freedom Onion Dip.
Do you think it was weird when they came back to film like some of the final seasons of Third Rock from the Sun, and the actor was like, "I don't want to be credited as Freedom Stewart."
Yeah,
they're just like, "I'm sorry, that's your name now, Freedom." You know, it's funny. I have this semester, oddly. First time I've had a student from France. This isn't like a Coneheads bit I'm doing, but like actual student from France. And I have 3 students from France this semester, strangely. So it's really, you know, an outlier in that regard. But I mentioned the Freedom Fries thing literally on Monday night during class, and it was such a relief. None of them had ever heard of it, and they were shocked. So, as much as we still joke about it, the youth of France today at least do not remember that embarrassing chapter in American history. So,
I'm sure they have all sorts of other things to make fun of America.
I think that's really the only time we've dropped the ball, though.
Yeah, that was our one screw up.
And not the war. Not the war. I want to be really clear here. Not the war. Yeah. Specifically the renaming of French fries.
Hold on. Grayson, you're back in my good graces. The kids are all right.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me? It would be les kids because it's in plural? Les is singular?
Les enfants, c'est moi. That's the kids or me. Merde. Don't you love when Picard says merde?
Paul might be bilingual. At least he had bilingual classes at school up there in old Canada.
Yes, the frozen north.
He's teaching us all sorts of fun French words. But they are in Quebecois, which is slightly different. Je suis un choufi. No, they're not French. They're American.
So should we get back to the game?
Yeah, sure.
No, Ben, I didn't mean to interrupt. If you got something, you gotta get it out.
The woman in that is not the woman who played Pulaski, even though. Oh, good. We've fucked around for so long. We've looped back to 2 Treks in a Line.
You remember at the beginning of this stream, I was like, we may get to the end of the game. Now this episode is like really hanging in the balance. Like, I just don't, I'm looking here and there are like 5 more bullet points on my walkthrough, and I wouldn't say that I'm confident at the moment, but
we're like crank that quaz. All right.
First of all, I do want to mention earlier Panic Bells, the idea of a Borg king, which I think just in the interest of fairness, it's just sort of weird, just saying, that we only have a Borg queen. But let's see here. What is our new prompt? Round 3. Are you ready, Ben? Do you have your pen and pencil and paper and markers at hand?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Option 1. Ishmael. The USS Enterprise is on a peaceful mission at Starbase 12 when a bizarre cosmic phenomenon causes a Klingon ship to suddenly vanish, with Spock aboard for the ride. Spock's last message from the Klingon ship is cryptic and frightening. The Klingons are traveling into the past, searching for the one man who holds the key to the future. If they can kill that man, the course of history will be changed, and the Federation will be destroyed. That's Ishmael.
Yeah, as Grayson said, that's the book about the philosophy ape.
So, you can just call that one Ishmael. Option 1.
All right.
You get it? Okay, number 2.
I got you.
The Vulcan Academy murders. Kirk and
okay.
Kirk and McCoy accompany Spock to the Vulcan Academy Hospital, seeking experimental treatment for a badly wounded Enterprise crew member. Spock's mother is also a patient in the hospital, and Kirk soon becomes involved in the complex drama of Spock's family. Suddenly, patients are dying, and Kirk suspects the unthinkable: murder on Vulcan. But can he convince the Vulcans that something as illogical as murder is possible? Until the killer is caught, everyone is in danger. That's the Vulcan Academy murders.
This is from a period where they'd just give anyone access to the license. There wasn't really much,
these are all officially licensed books published through Pocket Books. This is what you call literature. And our last option, the Echoes of Eternity. The Echoes of Eternity. The USS Enterprise encounters an alien civilization in possession of an ancient artifact known as the Beacon, which allows them to communicate across time with their long-lost ancestors. But as the crew tries to unlock the secrets of the device, they realize they are not the only ones searching for it. With danger lurking around every corner and a fleet of Romulan warbirds en route, Captain Kirk and his crew must race against time to secure the beacon before it's too late. So, Ishmael. Klingons have traveled to the past with Spock on board to kill someone. Vulcan Academy murders. There are murders at the Vulcan Academy Hospital where Spock's mother is a patient, and until the killer's caught, everyone's in danger. And the Echoes of Eternity, there is an ancient artifact known as the Beacon that allows an alien civilization to communicate across time with their lost ancestors, but the Romulans also want it. What is the fake book? What's chat say?
I was going. Chat says 3, 2, and 1. We got
Okay, so that's good. That's good.
Twos.
They're counting down to your answer.
Yeah. Vulcan Academy Hospital. Fit feels very confident about 2. And it also it's true. Spock's mom is named Amanda James Grayson, but the description would say Spock's mom. Like if you're picking up the book at B. Dalton,
booksellers, yes,
you might not be familiar with that Amanda if it just said Amanda Grayson. It would say Spock's mom.
Yeah, if you strolled into your local Walden Books, it's just going to say Spock's mother.
If I was at Borders,
yes,
yeah, all right,
Bam.
Fine.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Give this the Vulcan Academy Hospital does sound sus.
That's my favorite soap opera.
I feel a little. Shut up, Grayson. I feel a little bit.
Sorry, Grayson's comment got me. Don't shut up, Grayson. Grayson's back on the menu, boys.
I feel a little bit 3, but you know what? Fit has a good point, but the thing is that these have been these writers are just making up all sorts of bizarre shit that doesn't make sense, within continuity. So it's Vulcan Academy Hospital, why not? But I'll do it. 2. 2's fake.
Okay, your answer is 2. The fake novel is The Vulcan Academy Murders. I'm sorry, Ben. The answer is 3, Echoes of Eternity.
I knew it!
The Beacon. Yes, it wasn't batshit enough. Was I think the only clue that could have helped you there.
It was all 3 of them. All 3 of them were boring. All 3 of them were the fit. I was right. I finally I figured out the AI. I was able. What's the season 2 episode with Data where he's playing that guy in the Incredible Game? I figured out how to beat Data.
Man, yeah, so you're like Moriarty now.
No, not like Moriarty. Like in that game, like the thing with his fingers. Like they have their fingers in the thing.
Oh, like the game, like the Robin Leffler episode? No, not that one. Peak performance. Okay, there it is.
That's a great episode. It has a great Pulaski plot, and then it has they're doing war games in the Federation. It's a lot of fun. That's a great episode.
Well, there you have it. That was 2 tricks and a lie. Ben with 0. A score of half point. We did.
I was right.
Great job. Let's give a shout out here to Grundy. Everyone follow Grundislav, working on developing Western point-and-click adventure game, Rosewater. Always fun to drop in on those development streams. And yes, the song "What Does the Fox Say" is back. It's hotter than ever. Ben, what does the fox say?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest here. That's a bit of pop culture that completely wished by me. So you know what? I'm ready for this ad to transfer me. I'll go back to 2013. Not a problem. I'll go 10 years back.
Well, if you can't answer that, would you say that you are Gangnam Style instead?
You want to know what? This is an even more embarrassing admission. I've never watched that.
You see, it is the kind of thing that memes its way all the way back around. I mean, I know
like,
genuine goodness,
the dance and all that because I saw it like a billion times, and my nephew.
Like I've literally danced.
Never watched it. Never watched the biggest YouTube video of all time.
You know, I mean, it's pretty good. It's not as good as the Hey clip from back in the day with the Pixies song. But it's not bad. You know.
And I know the song too because it just was playing everywhere.
Yeah.
I do know the Harlem Shake. Are we going to bring that back?
No, I'm sorry. That one's not good. No, you do the Harlem Shake.
I need to have like a big costume and
gotcha.
Like the thing. Yeah.
I thought you were going with big cocktail there.
Grayson, shut up. If you want to relate to Ben, you have to talk about president.
What did you do to Grayson after the stream last night? Did you guys like really gang up on him, or like why is he coming in here salty?
He is in a mood tonight. Somebody pissed in his Cheerios.
Well, there you have it, though. I think the important thing to take away here is that there are some wacky ass Star Trek novels.
There are some wacky races.
That's true. That's absolutely. Right. Muttley was there. Grape Ape was there.
All right. We're going to finish this episode tonight.
Do you think we can look at the one on the left now? Do you think
look at the other computer.
This computer is functional and performing an average 0.75 million operations per second.
Now, you should also, that Ishmael book is the one I referenced a couple of weeks ago. It's actually like a weird pastiche of the show. Okay, now I'm looking it up. Because I want to get the show right. It's a weird pastiche of the show 7... What is it? 7 Brides for 7 something. Like the whole thing is... no, it's a 1968 ABC television show called Here Come the Brides. And this whole novel is just an unauthorized crossover with this random ABC television show. And Pocket Books was like, yeah, absolutely, we can just publish that. It's not a problem. Where was the quality control, Ben? That's why I'm asking you. Where was the quality control?
I'm waiting for you to say that this is a hilarious joke.
No, it's true. It's not hilarious.
An extremely high radiation level beyond those doors. It would be fatal to proceed beyond them.
7 Brides for 7 Brothers was a musical. That's where I'm confused.
Now, what is 7 Brides for 7 Brothers?
A crude uranium-235 nuclear device with lithium beryllium shells to increase heavy particle fallout.
It's very essential to this culture. Let's see here. Use Spock on the right and then left computers. I still love this mechanic of using your crew on
Jim,
things.
I don't know anything about this.
11.
Why don't you ask
12. 13. 13 brides for 13 brothers.
There's an upsetting flash of light outside my door. I hope I'm not being swatted. Oh no, it's just lightning. Oh, it's that skylight that comes down occasionally.
Side Operations Center, Alpha Unit.
Ooh.
Estimated time to optimal launch range is 3.21 hours adjusted.
Is that Nichelle Nichols there doing some double duty?
She better be, because I bet she felt like she was getting a bit of the short shift, shrift or whatever.
It's a shame we don't get any of the other main crew on the away missions.
Omega Unit. Estimated time to optimal launch range is 1.31 hours adjusted.
I don't think it's her.
Captain, something is wrong with the computers. They may be twins, but they are not identical.
It appears they are out of sync, Captain. I have to assume the Alpha Unit has a virus, which is using up an incredible amount of computing time.
They report
virus equals very yes.
Times, which is right.
Given the elliptical orbit and the range at which they will pass Proxtrey, the Omega Unit is correct, but the window is very narrow. A variation of minutes will mean the missiles run out of fuel and fall harmlessly into the sun.
Can you reprogram the Lucas computer to give us that time, Mr. Spock?
Reprogramming an old alien computer is not simple, Captain. The odds against success are 10,221 to 1 against.
Too bad all Omega here couldn't just take a sick day and miss the firing.
Because the two machines are isolated, the virus did not spread from one to the other.
If we could only bridge them.
Okay, Nick adds an interesting wrinkle to it. Okay, this game, whatever. Computers, missiles, everything else. Let's go back to Ishmael. Here Comes the Brides ran from 1968 to 1970, and they crossed over with Star Trek and Ishmael in 1985. The show had been off the air for 15 years when this unauthorized crossover took place in the form of a novel. What's that?
I'm looking this up. I'm looking this up.
Do you not believe? Do you think this whole two tracks in the lie has been a long con?
No, I believe you. I just want to read more.
I'm all in now.
Is it Memory Beta?
Yes, that's your go-to source.
Continue. Well, the Memory Beta is for the
non-canonical
Memory Alpha.
Yeah.
And then there's Memory Beta, and that's for the novels and all that stuff.
This is the sickest shit.
Would be on, yeah. All right. Oh my god. All right. Ishmael, Memory Beta. Oh my god. Look at this.
It's a great cover, right? Spock is a gambler. Isn't that the cover?
This is the cover. It looks like it was made by Chat GPT.
Well, I will tell you, before our stream started tonight, I tried to create covers for all the fake books in Mid-Journey, and I just wasn't happy with the results, or we would have had those too tonight.
Author Barbara Hambley.
She wrote a lot of stuff back then. I read this book as a child and had no idea that this television show it was referencing existed.
Why would anyone?
Like, yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, but
Why would anyone?
It's not like you could have streamed Here Come the Brides. What do you want to bet that's something that like shows up on like that channel that shows Gunsmoke and Bonanza all day? Like
MeTV.
Yes. What do you want to bet that like Here Comes the Brides is on MeTV sometime? No?
No, I think that's a show. I don't even know, like, Here Come the Brides. Right, let's take a look. Did it even get, like a DVD release, you know?
Available only at Cracker Barrel.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Here Come the Brides, Season 1. The pilot is September 25th, 1968. And it was released on DVD. We could buy it on Amazon.
Well, I'm just going to add that to my Amazon wish list. Y'all just know where to click to...
All right, so here we go. Here we go. We can buy a new Here Come the Brides for... Oh, it's going to be backwards. For $234.99 for just the first season. And that's just because the demand for this is just off the charts. Like, you know,
but you say 200, what was the number again?
$234.99.
I mean, you say $234.99, but what I hear is commit to the bit. Gotta commit to the bit, Ben. Risk it for the biscuit. You buy that, and we'll have a watch party on the Discord.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Hey, Grayson's over there dunking on us again. What is with the Grayson? It would be fun if this game started rewinding at this point. Oh, hydrate. Ben, I don't know if by the rules of streaming you are also required to hydrate here, but I am obligated to.
Hey, Grayson, check this out.
That's in a full-on spit take. It got me. Oh, it got me so hard. Oh gosh.
Man, the 5-star reviews of this show are I'm just so happy for the people that love this show. There's a review here that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paragraphs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a show that if I asked my parents if they've ever heard of it, my mom would immediately be like, you should watch it. Okay. Should we do this?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Oops, I'll pre-roll on another stream. Alright, let's solve this puzzle. Oh no, where are you going, Spot? There you go. Oh. We're
The
installing what?
connector snaps into place.
Oh, we're going to do a LAN party.
SST Death Sub or whatever.
Did you bring your frag box?
No, I didn't. I didn't bring my frag box. Hold on, let me switch my room.
Welcome to Scythe Operations Center, Alpha Unit. Estimated time to optimal launch range is 3.21 hours adjusted.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah.
Ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Read alert.
Here you go. I can get you a read alert. Let me see if I can get one going here. Because now I'm jealous. Let's see. Oh no. Read alert. How's that?
There you go.
Now
Yeah,
we've got like the serious read alert. Okay. We gotta do this. We gotta do this, Ben. I think we're close to the end. Okay. Use the wire on the left computer and spark on the right fire, then finally use the left computer. Like Das Booty in here, says Nick.
Yeah, Spock is moving as if he's streaming this game with
Welcome to
us.
Scythe Operations Center, Omega Unit. Estimated time to optimal launch range is 1.54 hours adjusted.
The launched missiles will run out of fuel before they reach Proxtrey. They will drift into the sun and burn up.
Oh man, we just Superman forward them.
Kirk to Enterprise, how are the transporters, Scotty?
They're operational again, Captain. We're ready to bring you back at any time.
Bring us home.
Well, Ben, we did it.
Message from Starfleet.
Well, I want to know how
We have
many.
read your report on the problems at
92%!
What?
Performance at 92%.
What?
You and your crew received
Was it a time thing?
nomination points.
Was it supposed to take less than 3 hours?
Are impressed. Outstanding work, Jim.
Hard to believe that Earth came so close to the brink itself.
Vulcans, too. Both, in the end, looked into the abyss and came to the only logical conclusion.
Logic? Humans? I'm dreaming, Jim.
Sometimes it is harder and braver to make peace rather than war.
Sounds like emotion
Or
has
love.
its part to play in a positive sense, too.
I don't know about you, but I'd like to bid an emotional goodbye to Alpha Proxima myself.
Wow.
Take us out of orbit, Mr. Super.
McCoy hates this place. Hey, thank you for the follow, the maid guy. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well this evening.
Demon World.
Vengeance.
Vengeance.
Alright, so we can knock
Captain's
this
log.
one out in a second.
We
right?
are arriving at the last known position of the USS.
We might have to save this for next
Reported
time, I
that it
feel
was under
like.
attack 12 hours ago.
Captain, the ship's sensors have picked up what appears to be a starship. Minimal life support, minimal engine power, and only 2 life forms, one on the bridge, the other in sickbay. Both appear to be gravely injured. It is the Republic.
Oh no, it's the Republic. Oh, it looks like it's Constitution class.
Oh, someone took a big bite
Mr.
out of
Scott,
it.
You have the comm.
I am preparing an information packet for Starfleet. Shall I send it or wait for you to return?
Send it now. If a hostile ship
Woo!
arrives, head immediately
Send
for
it now.
Starbase 24.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Give me a Starsky
Can
and
you-
Hutch,
can you
the movie.
Rewind so we just hear the send it now, because I just want to hear that again.
Let's see, I can make
You
that
put a lot of
happen.
Wait
mustard.
until we
Yeah.
get back. Send it now. If a hostile
Yeah.
ship arrives, head
Send it
immediately.
There it is.
Wait until we get back. No sense giving Starfleet incomplete information. If anyone else arrives, beam us aboard and raise shields immediately. Send it now. If a hostile ship arrives, head immediately.
Send it now. Wow. We're not going
Ricky is pointing out this is a. Oh, we love a regress of the Enterprise.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, Bones. We're too far from the Klingon and Romulan borders for it to be one of their ships.
Enterprise to Captain Kirk.
Kirk here. What is it, Scotty?
Somebody
Picked up a
removed
distress
Bones'
signal.
face.
It appears a trading vessel is having a wee bit of trouble with their warp drive. What condition is the Republic in?
It's a mess, Scotty. Life support's functioning, but that's about it.
I've done a primary scan of the Republic's systems. Main and auxiliary power is out. Life support is stable. I also read that communications are operable.
Should we beam you back, Captain?
Do the sensors read any other ships in the sector?
Besides the trade vessel, this sector is
Mr.
Yeah,
Scott,
there
we
it
will continue
is.
here. Assist the
He
trade
said
ship
it. He
and
said the
return
word.
here.
He did the
If we need
thing.
assistance, we'll contact you.
You sure you'll be all right, Captain?
Yes, Scotty, just don't take too long. Kirk out.
Whoa!
Gentlemen, let's see if we can reestablish power.
Jim, don't forget.
Scotty,
There's
get
another
it
survivor
together.
on board. We've got to find him.
Oh man.
Well, this is quite the cliffhanger.
Yeah, now I'm here for
now
it.
Ricky is saying that there is there's a lot of soft locks, so
Delete
got to be
previous
very
game.
careful with the saves.
Gotcha. Let's
Save new game.
get a good one going here. We'll go final mission. Thank you so much, Fit, for the bits. And I feel like this is probably our best time to stop because I'm going to say we are still, probably 3 to 4 hours from the end of this. Who knows? I think we can probably knock this out next week if I can count on you to come back and join me one final time.
Yeah. Let's finish the fight.
Let's
as they say on Star Trek.
That's what they always are saying. Now this is a blast, and I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us, putting up with our nonsense, with our ass grabbery and everything. This was a pleasure, Ben. Ben, what do you have to plug?
My plugs are you can watch myself Turtle tomorrow, that real smart aleck on stream.
He's upon Smart Acre.
Yeah, he's a real wiseacre. And our friend Sarah on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Central as we play adventure games and do a lot of ass grabbing. And I believe, Jess, that you'll be joining us there next week because fortunately Grayson will be out of the country.
That's right.
Yeah.
And my restraining order, therefore, will be null and void, and I can join the stream.
Yeah. So Jess will be joining us. That's PS_Garrick is, as you can see up here somewhere. There's a delay there. Oh, I had it. And I also have if you're a nerd and you're watching this, Last Best Babylon 5 podcast.
Wow. There you have it. Well, Ben, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you everyone out there for joining us, for your chats, for your hints, for your cheers, for your company. This is a blast. We should probably raid away before we call it a night. You know what I think, Ben?
What do you think, Jeff?
Here's what I think. Should we just raid over to the unlimited Steam?
I knew it.
I think we should.
I knew what you were saying. Oh.
Okay. This is what's happening.
It is the best Twitch. It is the best Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, this is the best thing on Twitch. If you don't know it, I want this to be a surprise for you. It's unlimited Steam. This is going to be the best way to end your evening. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to start the raid. I'm going to hit end stream, and we will see you all again very, very soon. Take care.
You got to stay in.